Benny's got 2 kids, and he's got 3 siblings. He's a good man. He's a good guy, a happy person. Benny's a fisherman, a really good basketball player, and he's missing. Hey everyone, I'm Victoria, and welcome to Black Cat Crimes, where we talk about missing people. As a quick note, if you saw my last video, I'm sure you noticed that I moved. I'm still trying to get the lighting and everything set up in this room, so the next 2 or 3 videos may just not be amazing video quality wise and like lighting wise, but I'm getting it sorted out, and hopefully I'll have a permanent setup so it will stop changing from video to video. But today I have another missing persons profile for you. Now, missing person profiles are videos where there either aren't a lot of details on a case or the case is actively developing, so I only know what I know right now, and more information may be coming out soon, or more details will be released relatively quickly. And the missing person I'm going to tell you about today has been missing for about a month. 42-year-old Benjamin Stepetin, who is lovingly called Benny by friends and family, was last seen on the morning of June 22nd, 2025 on Front Street in downtown Juneau, Alaska. The situation surrounding Benny's disappearance is actually unique compared to a lot of the cases I've covered in the past, because Benny is actually currently experiencing homelessness in Juneau, Alaska. According to an article by KTOO, Juneau is inaccessible by road, so the only way in or out of the town is by plane or boat. Martin Stepetin Sr. reported his brother missing on June 29, 2025, after about a week of no one seeing or hearing from him. He told Jazz Garrett with the Juneau Empire that Benny doesn't usually go missing for more than like 3 or 4 days at a time, and during these times he's not actually missing, just no one is able to get in contact with him for those few days. Benny's family is very limited in the ways that they're able to stay in contact with Benny, and even in this case, track him. Benny doesn't have a phone or an ID, nor does he have access to a vehicle or money, so Benny really doesn't have a way to go anywhere, nor is he usually trying to go anywhere other than just the normal downtown area of Juneau. If he was anywhere, he'd be downtown sitting on the ground, Martin said. That's where he would be, and everybody knows him. And because Benny doesn't have an ID nor access to money, there's very few ways he would be able to get out of the Juneau area. Martin did check all of the ways out of the community, and there's no record of Benny leaving. Benny has been experiencing homelessness for the past 2 years, and he doesn't really have an encampment anywhere. He doesn't have a particular place he stays. He just stays in the downtown Juneau area. A few places he usually goes are the St. Vincent de Paul's sleep-off portion of the Fire Department Sobering Center for the Community Assistance Response and Emergency Services, which is called the CARES program, the St. Vincent's Warming Center when it's open, and the Glory Hall Shelter and Soup Kitchen. His family has also checked with the Lemon Creek Correctional Facility and the Bartlett Regional Hospital to see if Benny was there, but he wasn't. Benny's family has really pulled out all the stops in their search for him, and they have no plans of stopping until they find out what happened to Benny. In early July especially, there were full-out searches conducted all over Juneau in search of Benny. The Juneau Police Department had actually assigned a detective to Benny's case early on after he was reported missing, but in a July 3rd article, Martin talked about still feeling like there weren't enough resources to go around to help put in a full effort to find Benny, and this is especially because another woman who'd gone missing off a cruise ship during a hike, whenever you can get off to do excursions, she had gone missing and around this exact same time, so the missing persons department of Juneau was stretched a little thin in their searches. Martin told KTOO, "I don't want this to happen to anyone ever, but if it does, I hope they have a way better way of getting through it than we did. We're kind of on our own." And their family has been searching all over Juneau. In early searches, Benny's family, along with about a dozen volunteers and a few representatives from the Juneau Police Department, were searching all over for Benny. One of these searches for Benny was extensively covered by Mark Sabatini with the Juneau Independent. I'm going to put a few pictures from his article in this video just to show you the family searching, but he did an amazing job covering the search, and he took so many pictures of the family's efforts, so I really don't want to take that credit from him. I'm giving him full credit and I'm only going to use a couple of the pictures. There are a lot more, so I highly recommend you go to the links in the description below and look at his article and read some of the things they did, because they put in a lot of effort and he went out of his way to cover it. His family printed over 500 missing persons posters and put them up all over as they searched the coasts, downtown. They scanned through downtown buildings. They crawled into tight spaces they'd known others used for shelters. They even searched through the woods, up hiking trails, and in a lot of places where those experiencing homelessness have encampments, even though they aren't places where Benny would normally be. They're checking any and all tips that come in, even if it seems like an unlikely place for someone in general to be, or if it's an area that they just don't think Benny would choose to stay. The U.S. Coast Guard and Juneau's Sea Dogs Canine Search and Rescue Team have also assisted in this search. Also, a missing and murdered Indigenous persons investigator from the Alaska Department of Public Safety is helping with the search and providing the family with resources because Benny is an Alaskan native. I know I've talked about Martin a lot, and that's because he's become kind of the spokesperson for Benny's case, but Benny's family has truly showed up. His brothers Carl Stepetin and Fred Lewis came to Juneau to search for Benny, along with several other family members. One thing Martin has been worried about is that the stigmas that surround homelessness and those struggling with it would really color the search effort and people's view on Benny being missing. And that's understandable. There are a lot of stigmas surrounding homelessness and those who experience it. And it does seem like, according to some articles I've read, Benny also struggles with mental health issues and some sort of substance abuse disorder, which are both also heavily stigmatized. I think one thing that hurts a lot of investigations into those who go missing while they're experiencing homelessness is this misunderstanding that homelessness equals someone being transient and nomadic. And while for some people this may be true, it's actually a lot more rare. Usually people experiencing homelessness stay in a general area that they're comfortable with, they're familiar with, they know people in shelters, and they do tend to stay in either their usual encampments as long as they're, not being trespassed from those areas and things like that, or, they have a home base. Like Benny's home base was downtown Juneau. But no matter what Benny or anybody else is experiencing, he's still a person, and his disappearance deserves as much attention as everybody else's. Benny is a brother, a son, a father, a cousin, a friend, and so much more to so many people. If you have any information about Benny or where he may be, please call the Juneau Police Department at 907-586-0600. You can also submit an anonymous tip at the link provided in the description below. Benny is a 42-year-old Alaskan Native man who stands at 5'6" and weighs about 150 pounds. He has brown eyes and short black hair. He has 2 moles on the tip of his nose and a 2-inch scar on his forehead above his eye. He was last seen wearing a brown t-shirt and camo patterned pants. Benny's family has set up a GoFundMe to help with the search efforts and to support them while they go through these search efforts. If you are able to help in any way, I know they would greatly appreciate it. I'm filming this video on August 3rd, so everything in the video is up to date up to that date. If any new information comes out after this video may be kind of obsolete and not totally up to date, but I will, make sure to pin any updates in the comments below, and if I can, I'll get a video out as soon as possible, and I'll usually link that video somewhere on the screen or in the description below. And for now, those are all the details I have in the disappearance of Benny Stepetin. Thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!